Lando Norris owns more supercars than some dealerships, and he's not even 25 years old. While most guys his age are still paying off their Honda Civic, this Formula One star has a garage packed with machines that cost more than a small country's GDP. And here's the crazy part. Half of these cars could smoke the F1 car he drives for a living. Before we dive into this automotive paradise, smash that like button if you're ready to see some of the most expensive metal on four wheels, and hit subscribe because we've got more celebrity garages coming your way. Listen, I've covered a lot of celebrity car collections, but Lando Norris? This guy's garage is on another level. We're not just talking about your typical rich guy buying whatever's expensive. Norris actually knows what he's doing behind the wheel, and his car choices prove it. Every single vehicle in his collection tells a story, and some of these stories will blow your mind. Today, we're going through every major car in Lando's garage, from the McLaren that might have been a gift from his own team to the Ferrari that survived a crash that would make your insurance agent cry. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why this 24-year-old Brit has one of the most impressive collections in motorsports. The crown jewel, McLaren 765. LT Spider. Let's start with the car that gets the most attention, his McLaren 765 LT Spider. Now, this isn't just any 765 LT. This is a custom MSO spec that Lando picked up in 2023, and the story behind it is pretty wild. When Lando rolled up to the McLaren Technology Center in Woking to collect this beast, the paparazzi went absolutely nuts. And here's where it gets interesting. There are rumors that this car was actually a gift from McLaren. Think about it. You're driving for one of the most prestigious racing teams in the world. You're bringing home podium finishes, and suddenly, there's a $670,000 supercar with your name on it. The evidence? 6 signatures from McLaren executives under the hood. That's not something you typically see on a car you bought off the lot. Whether it was a gift or not, this Spider is absolutely gorgeous. Under the hood, you've got a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 pumping out 755 horsepower. That's enough to hit 60 miles per hour in just 2.7 seconds. But here's what makes Lando's special. The full carbon fiber body is painted in this stunning blue with yellow accents that match his racing helmet. Even the brake calipers and interior stitching carry that yellow theme. It's like his F1 car had a baby with a street-legal supercar. The tech package is insane too. We're talking about an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system, smartphone integration, and a Bowers & Wilkins 12-speaker audio system with carbon fiber subwoofers and titanium tweeters. Because apparently, when you're doing 200 miles per hour, you still need crystal clear audio quality. A standard 765 LT Spider runs about $420,000, but with all of Lando's customizations, this thing is valued at $670,000. And considering it might have been a gift, don't expect to see it on the used car market anytime soon. The classic beauty, Lamborghini Miura. Now, let's talk about a car that proves Lando isn't just about modern supercars. His Lamborghini Miura. This is where things get really interesting, because we're talking about automotive history here. Lando showed up to the 2022 Goodwood Festival of Speed in this beauty. And let me tell you, it held its own against cars built 50 years later. He picked up this left-hand drive Miura from RM Sotheby's in late 2022, and while it originally came in Miura white over black interior, Lando had it completely customized to his taste. The Miura is powered by a 3.9-liter V12 that produces 385 horsepower and 286 pound-feet of torque. Now those numbers might not sound crazy by today's standards, but remember, this car was designed in the 1960s. It'll still hit 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds through a 5-speed manual transmission, and that's with 1960s technology. But here's what makes the Miura special. It's considered one of the most beautiful car designs ever created. Marcello Gondini at Bertone designed this body, And that clamshell hood and engine cover combination is pure automotive art. This isn't just a car, it's a rolling sculpture. Inside, you won't find any of the electronic wizardry of modern supercars. We're talking simple switches, classic Jaeger gauges, and a basic radio. No ABS, no traction control, no electronic nannies. When you're driving a Miura, you are the safety system. It's just you, the car, and your driving skills. Lando's Miura has about 25,500 miles on the odometer, and with auction prices for these cars hitting $1.9 million, this is more of a financial investment than a daily driver. But knowing Lando, he probably takes it out for weekend drives just because he can. The Survivor, Ferrari F40. Here's where we get to one of the craziest stories in Lando's collection, his 1989 Ferrari F40. This car has been through more drama than a soap opera, and it's still worth over $2 million. Early in 2024, social media went absolutely wild when news broke about Lando's F40. A service technician was doing routine maintenance and took the car for a test drive. Everything was going fine until the turbos spooled up under heavy acceleration. The rear wheels lost grip, and wham, the F40 slammed into a roadside barrier. Now, if that happened to your car, you'd probably be crying into your insurance paperwork for weeks. But Lando? He handled it like a champ, though I'm betting he's not letting anyone else take his cars for routine test drives anymore. The F40 is powered by a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V8 that produces 478 horsepower and 425 pound-feet of torque. This was the first production car to break the 200 miles per hour barrier when it was released, hitting a top speed of 201 miles per hour. In 1987, that was absolutely mind-blowing. Lando's F40 is a non-cat, non-adjust spec, which means it doesn't have catalytic converters and uses a fixed suspension setup. This makes it more powerful and more valuable than the later, more emissions-friendly versions. The body was designed by Pininfarina under Leonardo Fioravanti's supervision, and every line was drawn for performance, not comfort. Inside, there are no carpets, no proper door panels, no sound insulation, no radio, and no power windows. Ferrari was so focused on performance that they stripped out everything that wasn't absolutely necessary. This is a race car that happens to be street legal. Even with higher mileage than most F40s, Lando's car is still worth $2.3 million today. Comparable low-mileage models have sold for $2.5 million at auction, while the less desirable catalytic converter models go for around $2.2 million. Either way, we're talking about serious money. The track monster, McLaren Senna. Named after Lando's childhood hero, Ayrton Senna, this McLaren represents everything that's insane about modern supercars. Lando brought this beast out during the 2023 Monaco Grand Prix weekend, and it was like watching a street-legal F1 car cruise through the Principality. The Senna is powered by McLaren's 4-liter V8 that cranks out 789 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. With a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, this thing will hit a top speed of 208 miles per hour. But speed isn't even the most impressive part. It's how this car handles. The exterior design follows the form follows function philosophy to the extreme. That massive double-element rear wing automatically adjusts its angle based on driving conditions, while the front splitter channels air for maximum grip and cooling. Lando went with exposed carbon fiber bodywork in papaya orange, the same color as his McLaren F1 team. Inside, the central infotainment touchscreen is mounted vertically and runs McLaren's custom interface, similar to what Lando uses in his F1 cars. The cockpit has a configurable display that changes information based on your driving mode: comfort, sport, track, and race. It's like having a street car that thinks it's still on the racetrack. Current market value for Lando Senna is around $950,000, and prices have been climbing steadily since the model was introduced. Interestingly, a first production Senna recently failed to sell at auction despite reaching a high bid of $850,000, which shows just how exclusive and valuable these cars have become. The Porsche legend, Carrera GT. Now, we're talking about one of the most legendary supercars ever built, Lando's Porsche Carrera GT. This is the same model owned by celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres and Jerry Seinfeld, and for good reason. Just months before Lando bought his, this exact car was displayed at a Bonhams auction in Paris, where it didn't sell despite reaching a high bid of $1.1 million. Lando swooped in at the perfect time and showed it off during Monaco Grand Prix weekend, where that naturally aspirated V10 engine echoed through the famous tunnel. The Carrera GT runs on a 5.7-liter V10 that produces 605 horsepower and 435 pound-feet of torque. Here's the crazy part. This engine was originally developed for a Le Mans racing program that Porsche later canceled. Instead of scrapping it, they decided to put it in a street car. That's the kind of engineering madness that makes Porsche special. Designer Grant Larson created the Carrera GT's exterior, and the carbon fiber chassis with reinforced plastic body panels keeps the weight down to just 3,000 pounds. That's incredibly light for a car with this much power. The center console rises high between the driver and passenger, housing the shifter mechanism that's become one of the car's signature elements. Unlike modern supercars with their digital displays and electronic aids, the Carrera GT has traditional analog gauges with a central tachometer. Porsche deliberately removed electronic stability control because they wanted drivers to experience pure, unfiltered performance. The tech that is included is impressive though. Carbon ceramic brakes provide fade-free stopping power with 4-piston aluminum calipers, while the pushrod suspension with horizontal dampers offers quick response while maintaining reasonable ride comfort. While Lando's exact purchase price wasn't announced, based on the car's auction history, he likely paid around $1.2 million. That's a significant increase from the original 2004 price of $448,000. But with only 1,270 models produced between 2003 and 2004-2007, good examples now sell for $1.5 million or more. A 250-mile example sold for $2 million in 2022. The hybrid beast, McLaren P1. When Lando pulled into the Monaco paddock in 2022 with his McLaren P1, every other car there suddenly looked ordinary. This wasn't just any P1. It was originally finished in volcano yellow when it left the Woking factory, but Lando had it wrapped in black to match his collection of dark-colored hypercars. The P1 combines a 3.8-liter V8 with an electric motor to deliver a combined 903 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. This launches the car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.8 seconds, with a top speed limited to 217 miles per hour. Power goes to the rear wheels through a 7-speed transmission, while the hybrid system allows for limited all-electric driving up to 6 miles. The exterior features a rear wing that automatically adjusts to generate up to 600 kilograms of downforce. The doors open upward and forward, revealing an interior with carbon fiber bucket seats that were custom fitted for Lando, and a steering wheel taken directly from McLaren's F1 cars, complete with buttons and toggles. Lando added his own personal touches, including his racing number 4 embroidered on the headrests and a custom plaque on the doorsill. The dashboard features 3 digital screens, while the IRIS infotainment system includes satellite navigation and climate controls through a portrait-oriented touchscreen. In track mode, the P1 transforms by lowering the body by 5 centimeters and stiffening the suspension using hydraulic anti-roll bars. Safety features include carbon ceramic brakes, traction control, and stability management systems. Based on current market values, Lando's P1 is worth around $900,000 to $1 million, with similar models selling between $870,000 and $950,000. European P1s typically cost between $800,000 and $1 million, while American examples have reached $1.5 million, with one exceptional model hitting $2 million. The rivals machine, Ferrari 812 Superfast. Here's where Lando shows he's got a sense of humor. For the 2021 Monaco Grand Prix Drivers' Parade, he arrived in a brand new Ferrari 812 Superfast. That's right, he drove his rival team's road car to a Formula One event. The audacity is incredible. Lando got this car in early 2021, choosing a black exterior to match his army of dark-colored supercars. Under the hood is Ferrari's most powerful, naturally aspirated production engine, a 6.5-liter V12 producing 789 horsepower and 530 pound-feet of torque. This beast hits 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds and reaches a maximum speed of 211 miles per hour. The rear wheels are powered through a 7-speed transmission capable of shifting gears in just 30 milliseconds. Lando has described the engine sound as the most beautiful thing in the automotive world, and honestly, it's hard to argue with that assessment. The 812's exterior design uses active front flaps and a rear diffuser to generate optimal downforce. Lando went for the carbon fiber exterior package, adding exposed carbon throughout the body and wheels. Inside, he customized it with carbon fiber bucket seats, wrapped in black leather with red contrast stitching. The traditional Ferrari yellow tachometer was replaced with a red-faced version to match the interior accents, and Lando had his racing number 4 embroidered onto the headrests. The technology package centers around Ferrari's latest generation infotainment system, including a 10.2-inch HD touchscreen integrated into the dashboard. The system includes Apple CarPlay connectivity, satellite navigation, and vehicle telemetry data. Lando upgraded to the JBL Professional sound system with 12 speakers throughout the cabin. The dashboard also contains 2 configurable HD screens beside the analog tachometer, showing everything from navigation to performance data. The steering wheel is taken from F1 cars and houses the Manettino dial for selecting driving modes, push-button start, and turn indicators. With just 3,000 miles on the odometer, Lando's 812 Superfast is valued at $340,000 with its custom specifications. A similar 812 Superfast in Sweden with twice the mileage and less desirable specs sold for about $310,000 last year. The supporting cast. Beyond these headline cars, Lando has owned several other notable vehicles that show his diverse automotive tastes. He's had a Fiat 500 Jolly, one of those quirky Italian beach cars that's more about style than speed. There's also been a custom Land Rover Defender, built by Retro Automotive, perfect for when you need to haul gear, but still want to look cool doing it. He's also owned a Lamborghini Urus Performante, because sometimes even F1 drivers need a practical SUV that can still do 190 miles per hour. And there was a Revuelto in the mix at one point too. The interesting thing is that Lando isn't afraid to buy and sell cars. He's already moved on from the Fiat and the Revuelto, which shows he's constantly evolving his collection. There are also rumors about him having 2 Shelby Cobras, both a classic original and another variant. If that's true, we're talking about some serious American muscle mixed in with all that European exotica. What this collection really means. Here's what's fascinating about Lando Norris's garage. It's not just a rich kid buying expensive toys. Every single car in this collection represents something different. The McLarens show his connection to his F1 team and his understanding of cutting-edge automotive technology. The Ferrari F40 and Lamborghini Miura prove he appreciates automotive history and the cars that shape the industry. The Porsche Carrera GT demonstrates his respect for pure, unfiltered driving experiences. No electronic aids, just man and machine. And that Ferrari 812 Superfast? That's just Lando having fun and showing he doesn't take the F1 rivalry too seriously off the track. What really sets this collection apart is that Lando actually drives these cars. These aren't garage queens sitting under covers collecting dust. He takes the Miura to car shows, drives the P1 to F1 events, and isn't afraid to put miles on million-dollar machines. That's the mark of a true car enthusiast. The total value of this collection is easily north of $8 million, and that's being conservative. Some of these cars are appreciating faster than the stock market, especially the classics like the F40 and Miura. Lando isn't just collecting cars, he's making smart investments that happen to have 4 wheels and sound incredible. The future of the collection. At just 24 years old, Lando's career is really just getting started. He's already proven he can win races in F1, and if he keeps performing at this level, his earning potential is enormous. That means this collection is probably going to keep growing. What's next? Maybe a classic McLaren F1 road car to complete the McLaren trilogy? Perhaps a modern Ferrari hypercar like the LaFerrari or SF90? Or maybe he'll surprise us all and go for something completely different, a classic American muscle car or a rare Japanese supercar. One thing's for sure, whatever Lando adds to his garage next, it's going to be special. This is a guy who understands cars at a level most of us can only dream about. He knows what makes them fast, what makes them beautiful, and what makes them valuable. The bottom line. Lando Norris has built one of the most impressive car collections in motorsports, and he's done it before his 25th birthday. From modern McLaren hypercars to classic Italian exotica, from German engineering masterpieces to that cheeky Ferrari 812, every car tells a story. But what makes this collection truly special isn't just the money involved, or the rarity of the cars. It's the fact that these machines are owned by someone who truly understands them. Lando doesn't just collect cars, he celebrates them. He drives them, shows them off, and shares his passion with the world. This is what happens when unlimited talent meets unlimited resources and genuine automotive passion. The result is a garage that would make any car enthusiast weak in the knees, and a collection that proves sometimes dreams really do come true. Whether he's setting lap records in his McLaren F1 car or cruising through Monaco in his P1, Lando Norris is living the automotive dream. And honestly, good for him. If you're going to be one of the fastest drivers on the planet, you might as well have the garage to match. So there you have it, Lando Norris's absolutely insane car collection. From that potentially gifted McLaren 765 LT Spider to the crash-surviving Ferrari F40, this 24-year-old has assembled a garage that most of us can only dream about. But here's what I want to know. Which car from Lando's collection would you choose if you could only pick one? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoyed diving deep into this automotive paradise, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we've got more celebrity garages coming your way. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Until then, keep dreaming about those supercars, and I'll see you in the next video.